Hey y'all, welcome back. All right, let's go ahead and dive in and see what Divine Holy Spirit has for the collective. The cards are all upright and in order by way of major arcana and through each element. Divine Holy Spirit, what do you have for the collective at this time? What does the collective need to know and be made aware of? Please and thank you. Thank you guys for your likes, your shares, your comments, your monetary donations. Thank you so much for being here. Spirit, what do you have for the collective? All right, I heard high tide. I heard pinnacle just now. So for me, a high tide would mean that's like a pristine time for something. A high tide could also be, a warning to get out of town for, the whole little town that's been built near the shoreline gets, washed away or flooded. High tide. High tide for me would mean like a full moon sort of energy as well. So the connection to the moon even. Okay, so I heard alarming. Pinnacle won't go away. I keep hearing pinnacle. Not pentacle, but pinnacle. Three of Swords is showing itself in the pre-shuffle. Anything else, Spirit? Ooh, I just heard disaster. Shoreline. I heard shoreline just now. The wheel card reverse is here, you guys, in the pre-shuffle. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up here. Get the cards shuffled real good. Anything else, Spirit? Disaster. I mean, right now it's like lit up. I'm seeing the flashing red lights. I'm hearing warning. It's something about the sea or the shore here, because I'm seeing like even like a little, there's like there's some sort of communication effort here. I don't know to say it's the Air Force, the Army, or whatever, but it feels like the headsets, like these people are set into this command position to be able to get communications out to those who have to be like immediately responsive, is what I'm seeing. I saw a lighthouse, a tugboat. So this is definitely water. Oh, I heard natural disaster. Because I wanted to say like water oriented, but then natural disaster oriented is really what needed to be said. So I don't know, you guys. Let's see what's going on here. Thank you, Spirit, for that. All right. Told me to turn my deck back around. I heard terrified just now. All right, these cards right here, I'm not sure what to do with, because I know that these were almost about to flip over, and then right when that was happening and occurring, this card showed itself. So what we'll do is I'll just go ahead, because I would have pulled this group out anyway, so I'll just go ahead and keep these together. This said segregate. I heard the word segregate surrounding this energy here. So let's just all keep this stuff in mind as we go, okay? All right, you guys, here we are at the bottom of the deck. We have the 8 of Wands. So this is efforts put forth, something coming in very quickly. It's action-oriented. Spirit, tell me more about the 8 of Wands, please. So I heard pathway, and then I heard destruction. So I'm being shown a movie scene from the 10 Commandments when the Red Sea was parted. Oh, we're talking about seas again. That would make sense. The sea parting. I guess that was to let the Egyptians flee. Y'all don't quote me on that, but I knew they had to hurry up and get across that bay of water before that water closed in. But it was meant to close in on Pharaoh's army, right? Whew, man. I think we're about to go deep, y'all. So I need my historians on deck. My bibliomanciers, if that's the word, I need y'all on deck. Let's get some understanding. Anyway, it's coming in quick, y'all. Whatever this is about to occur really quickly. You know, and you think about the movement of water and all of that kind of stuff, like that could consume you. You could drown by drinking water, from what I heard. Like, water is all consuming, okay? That's just reminding me of me showing honor to Goddess Yemaya. Because I went through a period to where I was having dreams of water. Like, I would wake up gasping for air, but you know, I found out there's a lot that surrounded that. So, but though, ever since I started showing honor and patronizing Goddess Yemaya, giving her, you know, her flowers, as we call it, you know, and showing respect and honor to her, those dreams have stopped. So there's something here about the water, y'all. All right, here we are, y'all. Let's go. And not to mention, I feel that UFOs are tied to the water. I do. I feel like they have the skin suits. That's why their skin is so like a dolphin skin. Yeah. And plus, I've channeled before something about off of the Gulf of Mexico, something going on there. Anyway, you guys, let's get into this reading. All right, so under the pretense of this being like a segregated energy, I feel like I kind of want to dive here. And I'm using the word dive. And then not to mention these wands, you know, in the water scene. Like, look at the water scenes, y'all. All right, okay, I'm just taking notice. Okay, so the Two of Swords reverse, y'all. This has to do with an important decision that somebody has to make. It's almost as if it's haunting them now. It's like a haunting decision. But the thing is, they're afraid because they don't know how to even go about making this decision, because this is someone who would want to know all of the facts. Oh, well, I'm understanding now that they want to cover their bases. They want to be able to cover their bases to try to avoid something. And possibly what that would be to avoid is something that's going to convict them or call them out as a liar. It's what I'm picking up here. Spirit, tell me more about the Two of Swords. And I'm hearing segregated energy again. Oh, I didn't mean to reveal the card behind that, but let's just go ahead and see what's going on. So Spirit, tell me more about the Two of Swords reverse and this Chariot energy. Pharaoh's army, y'all. Look at that. If y'all have ever seen the movie 10 Commandments, the chariots, these is this is what was coming in to try to capture the ones who broke away to freedom. Like, they were like, F that, we're getting out of here. We don't want to be under this reign and control of Pharaoh's army. And plus, I think Pharaoh was sending out to kill the firstborn sons or something like that. So these people were trying to escape with their children to freedom. And I feel like they were going to Israel. What is going on here, y'all? All right, Spirit. Well, that possibly was the message here just now. But is there anything else here, Spirit, with the Chariot and the Two of Swords? This definitely is not going to be for everybody. So you got to put on your thinking caps here. I'm just hearing Pharaoh's army. I know that comes from like a hymn or a gospel song or something, but that's what's playing right now. I need to know what song that verse comes from, or that chorus, because I need to look up those lyrics. Oh, here we go with the throat, y'all. Y'all, all I can say, something's about to go down, y'all. My anxiety picked up before this reading, but you know me, I'm like, well, let me just get into the cards and see if that's really like valid, even though it's like I already know what time it is before I even approach the table. But it's like, you know, here we are. Let me grab a sip of water, y'all. Y'all, I keep hearing Pharaoh's army. All right, let me just skirt past this, because I feel like there's something about, I heard the word directive. So that, I feel like that just means for me just to kind of keep going, like in the direction that we're headed into this deck here, or this little mini deck, because it is a lot of cards here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn them over, and we're just gonna run through these. No, I heard to reveal all of them at once, so let's do that. Y'all, I'm being told to tell you all or explain to those of you who probably question or just want to know more about, and possibly is so you can just confirm that you do the same thing. When I mentioned this was while I was out earlier walking the dog, but it's coming up now. So when I say things like I hear or I see, and then sometimes I stumble between the two, is because the way that this works, with the channeled energy, is that I'm being shown something and I'm also hearing, but it's the mind's eye. You think about the mind's eye, that's both the understanding of this, the visual and the audio, and then the interpretation of the two. That's three. So there's like three things visually going on for me and auditorily going on that wrap up into that three, to where I have to put both of those together and bring it out verbally. So I know that somebody is probably saying, I've been doing that, but I didn't know that that was channeling. Yes, that is channeling, my dear. Okay. All right, y'all, let's get into this. Let's get back to let's get back to the skin suits, the reference of the aliens. Okay, anyway. All right, so we have the Five of Swords, we have the Moon card, the Three of Cups, the Sun card reverse, the Knight of Cups reverse, the Emperor, and the Four of Swords. Spirit, help me with these cards. Just allow me to get the story at one time, please. Pharaoh's army still looping in the background, y'all. So I'm hearing with this Five of Swords that somebody put their foot down. Somebody ultimately was done wrong, but I feel like this is the energy, like this wouldn't be a Pharaoh energy. This would be somebody pretending to be like a Pharaoh. They wanted to be Pharaoh, but they couldn't get there quick enough. They couldn't sabotage people quick enough to be able to get to that. If you think about it, a Pharaoh would be a level of divinity. I mean, the Chariot energy, right? This is a major arcana card. That's divinity. I look at this as you just need to get in the seat. Just get in the seat and God will do the driving for you. You got everything you need to go straight forward, full speed ahead. But somebody here in this Five of Swords wanted that same respect, honor, energy of the Pharaoh, but they didn't get it. But, it's the way that they were going about doing things. You can't manipulate and sabotage people into them honoring and respecting you as... And I'm looking over to the right. I see the Emperor. You can't, but the Emperor and I feel Emperor and Pharaoh, well, they might be the same thing, but the Pharaoh is giving me okay, well, they're the same thing, I'm being told. Same energy. Somebody wanted that prestige, but they did a lot of BS to try to get there, but they didn't even make it like a quarter of the way. Not even. They weren't even on the same path. That's the path energy that I mentioned earlier. So with this Moon card here, this feels like them kind of fighting against the wind at that, because it's like I'm looking at the Moon, looking at the character in the Five of Swords picture. And the Moon is like, you doing all this for what? Like, do you even not know, like, all that's happening behind the scenes that's ultimately going to destroy you and cause your demise? Like, do you not even know? Says the Moon. So that lets me know that this Five of Swords, they thought they were getting away with it, because that would be the Five of Swords card energy. Whatever it is that they were doing, they never thought that it would catch up to them. So fast forward to this Three of Cups. Spirit, tell me more about the Three of Cups. I heard placement. So this person, whoever this deceiver was, they did a lot to try to get into the good graces of a lot of people. And this could be by way of alcohol, drinks, partying, third party, sleeping around, whatever that is with the Three of Cups, celebration energy. But I'm hearing escape. So a lot of what they were doing, when nightfall came around, there was a lot being done. And even with the Moon energy, it's almost as if it was being done behind the Moon's back. So that's another like delusion of this person, like realizing that, they would not, one day that they will have to suffer behind their actions, because that's what's happening. Sun card reverse. There is suffrage going on here. Spirit, tell me more about the Sun card reverse. I feel like this has to do with a child. I feel like a child came out of one of these occasions to where there was this celebrate. I'm hearing misinformed. So they were possibly misinformed about something. Whoever they chose to lay down with maybe informed them of one thing, but it turned out to be another. Possibly this person saying, I'm on the pill. Come to find out they lied about it. The Knight of Cups reversed is somebody who's wanting to get, okay, here it is. This Emperor, and even with the Four of Swords, y'all, confirmation. This person who wanted this Emperor status, it looks like they did achieve just that. But they could never be the Pharaoh. But the Emperor, now there's a Knight of Cups in the reverse. This Emperor is not showing this, but this Knight of Cups lives inside of this Emperor. It's in the reverse. So there's something that desperately needs to come out of this Emperor in regards to emotions, but the Emperor is so I'm hearing something about can't fold. So the Emperor knows that they cannot even show right now that they're hurting. They can't show that I'm hearing neglect. They can't show certain things right now. Whatever position that they're in, they can't show it. And maybe that's why the drinks, the Three of Cups is in the upright still, because the drinks are still flowing. The activities are still going on, and they're still manipulating others. And it's like the moon is like, the moon's, look at the face on the moon. It's like, you're ridiculous. Like, I can't even believe that, the moon's like disgusted that this person still is operating in this Five of Swords energy. They want to be the Emperor, but they're posing as the Pharaoh. But you know what that tells me, you guys, is that this Emperor ultimately is trying to go to war. Because that was the whole thing, the discrepancy for me. I was like, okay, so is Emperor Pharaoh the same thing? Because I was thinking the Pharaoh is somebody who's like a god of war. They want to go to war. Like, that's like their activity. That's like their daily thing. Like, who can I go to war with? The Chariot energy. So I'm feeling like that's what's happening behind the scenes here with this Emperor. They're wanting to go to war. They can't show anyone how weak they are, really. That Knight of Cups reverse, they can't show anybody that. But it might have to do with this child here from the Sun card energy that I picked up. This one night stand or whatever this is that they had, where somebody lied to them and said that they were on the pill and they weren't. But maybe that was the actions of this wannabe Pharaohs, that they kept doing this thing. This Five of Swords that led them to thinking in their mind that they're some sort of god with this Emperor godlike complex. This Four of Swords lets me know that they need to back all the way up now. So that's that little boy by way of the Knight of Cups reverse trying to escape out of the big, mighty, powerful Emperor. But they can't show that. So what do they choose to do? I got 4-4 right here. Uh-oh. Because you guys, on my end, I was like, well, if they choose war, it's not looking good for them with this Four of Swords. But that's that scared little boy trying to run out of this Emperor, but it can't. This Knight of Cups reverse is trying to escape. That's the little boy I keep referring to right here. So by them waging war, because it looks like that, they don't have a lot of information here. Two of Swords reverse. And it's going to happen quick. Whatever this disaster is, because it's going to be a disaster. Because that's what I heard. The tide, the high tide, so that means that it's prime time, prime position. The whole parting of the Red Sea, it's like, you better hurry up while this sea is parting. Get your ass across here, because I'm getting ready to flood the remaining, the Pharaoh's army. They're going to get flooded and washed away. So y'all make sure y'all hurry up and get out of the way. That's the story right there. All right, Spirit, we got this part. Let's move up here and see. I'm getting hot, y'all. Let me move up here and see where this is going. I just had a flash of heat come over me just now. Pharaoh's army. It's looping. Let me stop and ask about Pharaoh's army, y'all. Spirit, tell me more about Pharaoh's army in relation to the cards on the table, please. So I heard journey. Something about a journey, y'all. The journey would mean, I don't see any completion energy out here, but whatever choice they're about to make is a very unwise decision. So somebody is thinking about, that's the decision. They're thinking about doing something disastrous here, but I feel like it's against someone else. It's not even, well, they're ultimately, with the Four of Swords energy, they're doing them own selves in, but I feel like it's an action, well, the Five of Swords, it's an action that they're taking against someone else, because it feels like they feel it's going to go unnoticed, but that moon card here is telling me otherwise. The moon is watching, and the moon is so disgusted with this person, like, why are you still doing this? Y'all, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. But I have to. I have to say it. I have to say it because I'm seeing too many dictations, pictures, images, whatever. I'm seeing it. So you guys, I did mention, the Pharaoh, I believe he had said he has to kill all of the firstborn sons or something. To me, that sounds like a ritual, from way back when. Even if you think about it now, that's like, well, that's a sacrifice, right? Well, what was the sacrifice for? Well, I need a historian to help me out with that because I can't go there right now. But you guys, I'm looking back at the sun card and I see this child image, almost like it's hanging by a leg, like somebody's just kind of dangling a child, like a boy child, and the arms are like flailing. Y'all, I don't want to say this, but this is what I am being pointed out to show or to verbalize, say. This person's going to do something that they're going to regret. Or I would say attempt to. I'm looking at the swords here, y'all. I'm hearing afflictions. I don't want to give this message, you guys, but I cannot back away because somebody needs to hear this. So whoever knows that you possibly were not being honest about being on the pill, therefore you brought forth the miracle of life, a birth of a child with someone who is deranged. They're acting like this emperor, but they've been doing so much behind the scenes. You just got caught up at high tide. Whatever it was that they were going through, you came across their pathway, and that was the high tide moment. But that whole parting of the Red Sea, God is trying to get you through that pathway before the floods come in, because they're behind you. They're after you. That's Pharaoh's army. That's the Chariot energy. That's the emperor. They're behind you on that path. But God needs you to get to safety. Y'all heard me mention, the kids, the firstborn son, they're trying to escape with their kids to get across. Because I didn't, it felt like that was the thing to say because of this petition that had went out by Pharaoh. He wanted all the firstborn sons. So everybody was escaping with their sons and their family and all the kids to get across the Red Sea. So whoever you are, I think it's wise to go ahead and get, your alerts out there, your warnings, your petitions, whoever you need to advise that, oh my God, y'all, I heard there's a killer on the loose. And this is not to scare or put anybody in fear. I am just giving you the message. This message is loud and clear for me as the reader. You need to get to safety, whoever you are. Go ahead and get the ball rolling. This person is a wannabe emperor. In their mind, they've been doing this for a long time. They've been sabotaging people, doing people wrong. The moon's disgusted with them at this point. They get right back into it with the Three of Cups. Something happened to where at high tide, when they were really in a bad place, trying to escape, this Five of Swords energy by way of the moon, and something happened. Possibly they're saying that you lied about being on the pill. That could be one thing, because maybe they're infamous for doing that. And if this person already has a trail of women that they have impregnated, maybe you don't know this, but that Five of Swords tells me, and that moon tells me, that there's a lot of things that you don't know about this wannabe emperor. And that Sun card reverse has a lot to do with it, because I immediately picked up on a child with that. And all the references I've been receiving with the parting of the red, just the sea in general, y'all. It was water from the get-go. And then the parting of the Red Sea energy came in, the song Pharaoh's army. That just means somebody has a vendetta. Somebody has an assignment. They've been sanctioned and sent. Whatever they're flirting with and playing with in their mind as far as these energies speaking to them, whatever desperation that they're in, that's another key. If they're in a desperate, dire situation, of course, all they have time is to think about how to get one over on somebody. Right now, pretty much the focus is on you. So this is just for you to pull your safety measures into place now. This person isn't thinking straight. They never were. They were disguised as this emperor energy. They never were thinking straight. They've been deceiving, conniving, backbiting, all of that for a long time now, and they keep doing it. It's like they add more secrets to the pile. More and more and more, and then they jump right back into the fun and games of deceiving people, stabbing people in the back, and taking their swords. But you already know, I told you, if the emperor, which I felt, because I was looking at the Four of Swords as the ending card here, right behind the emperor, if they choose to go a certain route, they're going to ultimately cause their own demise here. And I'll get clarifiers. Let's just keep going, y'all. I just want to be clear on this. Oh my God, I'm being reminded of the warning that I was picking up, the anxiety. All right, y'all, here we go. Let's talk about what's on top of this Seven of Wands here, because I obviously see the Lover's card, but I want to turn this card over and see. So we have the Five of Wands. We can really say it's in the reverse, which is worse than if it's in the upright. But on top of the Seven of Wands, somebody's fighting to stay on top is how I interpret this. They'll do anything to stay on top. You see that, right? Five of Wands reverse. They will do what they have to do, action-oriented. Seven of Wands, like whatever's coming up against them, they make it their duty to stay on top. But how is that with this Five of Swords energy? They'll do and say anything to be able to stay on top. Do, action, say, swords, because of the thoughts, to do anything to stay on top. They're the emperor. They can't lose. They got the fake Pharaoh's army chariot energy. They're well equipped to be able to keep going forward, but they're going to end things for themselves with this Four of Swords. All right, y'all, behind the Seven of Wands is the Page of Cups. So however it is they're able to stay on top, whatever this little offering of cups are emotion, y'all, but it's the bare minimum. Whatever the bare minimum is. Maybe it's like, meet me at such and such bar. so y'all gotta have a drink, or I'm bringing a bottle over. Something, with the drinks I picked up here with the Three of Cups. You know, this is having access. Oh, there it is. This is having access by way of a beverage, a drink. Look at the fish in the cup, y'all. What if that fish represent, oh, y'all know I'm going with the water thing, right? The sea, the water. What if that represent dragging you into the water with the fish representation? That fish could indicate some sort of, I'm hearing a suppressant, a molly, even I heard. I don't know the first thing about that. Never tried it. Don't want to. I don't know what it looks like, but I heard it. A molly. That's where I'm going with this. All right. I'm going to leave that there, y'all. That's possibly their vice that they use. Either they're under the influence or they're putting others under the influence to be able to stay on top here. But there's something about this Five of Wands reversal where it becomes combative. Y'all, my heart is starting to race here. You know what it was? The feeling that I had, it's almost as if I was about to black out. I felt it come over me. Like I felt flush. I felt flush just now in this energy. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Yes. All right. Let's turn these cards over underneath. The celebration energy, y'all. That's why they jump. That's something that they jump right back into in the moon's like, I can't believe you're still doing this. It's something about the drinks, y'all. I've been on that from jump. All right, so we have the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Strength card, y'all. This was underneath this energy. So I'm looking at, okay, so for me, the Ten of Cups would be some sort of antidote, something to make them more powerful. But the completion energy with the cups representation is here. Now we see completion energy. But that's that Ten of Cups. That's what's in the cup. What are they doing to the drinks? Ten of Cups. It's building up their strength, their mojo, how they can overpower. Because I said there's some sort of, with the Five of Wands reversed, there's some sort of combative energy. That strength is overpowering to where there isn't any combative energy, right? So they've built up the knowledge and the know-how to be able to make shit happen when it comes to them getting what they want with this Page of Cups. And even the page is something small. So if you think about it, if they are dropping something into somebody's drink, it's going to be discreet, y'all. That's the reference with the Page of Cups. The Nine of Wands, you guys, let's see. Let me see what this is. Like, this is like not giving up. This is like a sleaze ball, y'all. This is definitely a sleaze. Look at this. Y'all, my palms are starting to sweat and everything. This is someone who will not back away. They will try to hide temporarily to make sure the coast is clear. Then they're going to keep going. These are wands. Actions. They're going to keep going toward that 10. And what is the 10? The 10 of Cups. They're going to make sure you're fully suppressed. That's the completion. No matter how many they got to give you. You know why? Because it brings them joy. It gets them what they want. They got you standing right beside them saying, woo, look at that. Oh, man. Isn't this beautiful? When it's not. Because of the drinks flowing, whatever they're putting in it. But this isn't just you. This is a lot of people. That was the Five of Swords with the moon saying, I can't believe you're still doing this shit. All right, y'all, let's move up here to the Lovers card. We have the Lovers. Y'all, watch your drinks. That's all I got to say. Watch the drinks. Because, it's a fun time and then you get inebriated, but then the blacking out ain't cool. The blacking out is like what happens when, the blacking out occurs. What's happening there? What are they speaking over your spirit and your body when you're blacked out? What are they doing? That's the part you don't know. What is the ritual? What is the ritual with this person? It's a ritual. I picked up on that energy with the Pharaoh's army. This is a ritual that this person is doing to others. We have the Lover's card, the Hermit, and then the King of Pentacles. So I hear what's in it for me from this King of Pentacles. What's in it for me? Obviously this person is looking for a come up with the pentacle representation. Duh. That's the what's in it for me energy. I'm just seeing just people who just wanted to have a good time, but they just weren't aware with who they were breaking bread with, clinking drinks, wine glasses with, occasionally chatting with someone at a bar with. Sure, you could come back to my apartment with, sharing a taxi with, you know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing. I just hear come back to my place. Against your better judgment, right? The Hermit card reverse. Out of loneliness, out of the suppression energy, whatever they already had you under the guise of, whatever they put in the drink or whatever, spell that they had already started casting by way of their words. A spell caster, yes. Okay, just with the little sweet, innocent things that they pulled you in with. You know what? That's the scared little boy here. Is that how they got you in? Were they talking about, their childhood or things that they are going through now? But it made you feel like, oh, it made you fawn over him. That was the plan. Y'all got to watch out for these people. I'm giving you direct characterization of this sleazeball who's on their way to a town near you. Watch how they try to wrangle you in. I got the King of Pentacles. I got the Emperor. I got the Chariot. It's not going to look like what you think. That's the whole point with the King of Pentacles. They want you to see the outside. They don't want you to see the inside. The inside is fucked up. That's that scared little boy. But that's where that physical confrontation energy comes from as well. And it happens quick, y'all. This person moves fast. They don't hesitate. This ain't a get to know you in 3 months and then decide if they could get a kiss or come to your house. This is boom. They gotta act fast and quick, y'all. And then they keep moving on to the next one. You see that? 5 of Swords. You'll never know this moon card. They're not gonna tell you that part. I'm hearing someone ask, well, what do you do for a living? Of course, the King of Pentacles wants to know that. But then, you might feel, here it is, you might feel versed or feel like, an urgency to let them know, even though normally you'd be like, mind your business. But because they're trying to show up as this perpetrator with the King of Pentacles, the Emperor energy, Chariot, it's like, okay, let me match their sexy. So yeah, I work for corporate America and such and such and such. I have a high-rise apartment on such and such. Like, you just exploding with the details now because they've shown that they're trying to be vulnerable with this little boy crying out energy here. So you're like sharing, you're oversharing, but then that's what gets them comfortable enough to say, got him. And you feel safe with this person for some odd reason. The spell casting has already commenced. They're just getting the meat tender. It's like a meat tenderizer for a delicious meal later. One more card, y'all, and I'm going to get out of this. We have the Hangman reverse. Like, it's no question. There's no reason for them to change their mind on anything. And you're in that energy where you don't have, your mind can't be changed at this point. Like, the decision has been made. It's a clear cut. I'm definitely going home with you, or you're coming home with me, or yeah, let's walk down the sidewalk a little bit, and then they get to ring you in a little bit more. But by then, this is already commenced. They already put something in the drink, if we're looking at that in that sense. But to bring this back home to where I was originally with this person who possibly said they were on the pill. Maybe you were, maybe you weren't. I don't know. But I feel like there is a need, a necessary need for you to start covering your bases and make sure you get to safety, because this person has some sort of, I'm hearing excitement. So there's some sort of something that they've kind of wrangled up, I'm thinking, in their mind as the emperor. Maybe possibly something jumped off recently to where now you have put them in a challenging position, and they need to show up as the emperor. You might have really hurt their feelings and brought out this little boy energy, but this is in the reverse. This is an angry little boy even. This is somebody this is the little boy that wants you to feel sorry for them, so they're probably telling you all kind of lies. And it's like you feel so bad for them as you believe them, because, you know, you just see this hurt little boy inside of a grown-ass man. But that's the whole point. And then the other part of that with the wands, with the conflict energy, if you don't go by their rules, they act out because they want to stay on top with the 7 of Wands energy, Chariot energy, Emperor energy. They don't think that they can be removed or destroyed, but they're going to wind themselves up in their own grave with this 4 of Swords here. Let me grab some clarifiers because I said I would. Spirit, clarify the energy on the table, please. Let the cards fall as they may. Y'all, I'm hot again. Y'all stop. Take your own drink. Damn it. Drink from the bottle. Okay? And if you leave and go to the restroom, put the bottle in your purse and take it with you. Don't drink nothing this person got to offer you. This card fell on the floor, but it fell in the reverse. I'll just put it there. Let's see if there's anything else, Spirit. Anything else? Ooh. All right, y'all. There we go. All right, pathway. We talked about that from the jump. Y'all will recall me saying pathway. Let's see. So on top of the Lovers card, okay, I'm hearing to be down here. Okay, so despair in the reverse, but this is like the despair. You know, once upon a time, the despair was like, you know, I got to do something. I got to get up from here. But in reverse, it's like, fuck it. This is me. This is me. I'm an asshole. I'm this, I'm that. I'm deceiving people. I'm doing what I do. This is what I do. Courthouse in the reverse. So there is something going on between you guys. That's why I feel like they're in that position to try to make some sort of dumbass decision. Coffin card is here. So to bring some sort of an ending. We have the House card, Message card. And then this last one, imprisonment. I told you they're going to do it to themselves here. What they meant for you is going to actually happen to them. This last clarifier on top of the Lover's energy, thoughts. Yep. There's no decision here about who they want. Once they get to know you and they met you in that little bit of an hour, they know it's you. You're the next one up. Spell energy. They already have your picture in a frame here. They've painted your picture. You're not even in the scene, and they know exactly who you are because you fit the description. They've done this numerous, too many times, says the Moon card. You're not special. You about to be a victim, though. All right, hope this helps.